So this is the inspiration TikTok. This is the look that we were going for, and I'm pretty sure I executed, but y'all can let me know if I did or not in the comments. But let's get into the tutorial. Y'all see my client has some beautiful super thick hair. I began parting in the nape of her hair, that part that I always show y'all in all my other tutorials, the one that goes from ear to ear in the back of the head. That's the very first one that I start off with, kinda as a guideline, and then I'm gonna get into doing the hearts. After I did that first part straight across, I went ahead and parted out one of the hearts just to get my bearings. I do hearts all the time, but just to make sure I like the feel of it before I actually showed you guys. And now I'm getting into parting the next heart here. So what I do is I just kind of like section out how big I think the heart is going to be. So that's the piece that you see me holding right there in my hand. That's like the size of the heart. Then you want to begin to make your first curve. Y'all, it does not have to be perfect, because you'll see me going in to cleaning up the heart and trying to make sure that both sides match as perfectly as possible. Like, you'll see me doing all that. So then what I do is I go into the middle of the heart and part out a triangle. That's what I'm doing now. After the first curve, you do the triangle in the middle of the heart. So y'all see, it's definitely not looking like no heart right now, and that's why I'm stressing it to y'all. Do not feel like it needs to be perfect right when y'all starting to part it. It's gonna be okay. I'm going in and I'm just cleaning up the triangle, and then I'll go back through and round out the edges of the heart to make it really have that heart shape. Once you finally see the heart shape coming together, you can go in and make that triangle deeper. That's what I'm doing now, just to give it even more of a heart shape, but play around with it as you're doing it. So that was my rough part that I always told you guys about, like the rough part, the drop part, where I'm just going in and shaping it. But now I'm putting gel around all the perimeter of the heart, so that way I can actually solidify that part and get it straight and crisp and all that. Now I'm just getting this heart out the way. I think I'm about to put it in a rubber band. I'm just getting out the way so I can do the next one for you guys. Sorry this isn't focused, y'all. I don't know what was going on, but that little triangle right there that's in my hand, that's gonna be a braid. And that's the exact same thing that I did on the other side of the middle heart. That's a braid right there in between all the hearts. So now I'm just repeating the same process that I did with the other hearts on this one, just cleaning it up and making sure it's the size that I want, the shape, all that. Go around and round out the first part of the heart, and you know, follow suit with the other steps that I told you guys. So I left the recordings of me actually parting the heart in real time. I didn't speed it up at all because I wanted you guys to be able to really grasp that. If this is too self-explanatory for you or anything, feel free to just speed it up through this process. Now I'm getting into putting the first knotless braid. If you don't really get it on this time, don't worry, because I show you how to put in a knotless braid multiple times throughout this video. So this is just the first one that I put it in. So what I'm doing is just making sure it's very sleek at the roots so that braid will be flat. And then I'm going to separate it into 3 sections like I'm doing here. And then I braid twice. 1, 2. And then I grab a piece of hair and put it in between my fingers and then braid twice again. 1, 2. And then repeat that process. Grab, put between my fingers. 1, 2. And then I only fed in 3 times. So this is the last time that I'm putting in a piece of hair. And now I just continue to braid all the way down. So now I'm beginning to part the first heart. Once again, sorry it's so blurry and I'm far away, but I'll be doing the other 2 hearts on camera too, so you'll be able to see those. So the first thing that I do is I part straight down the middle, put the gel in there, and then I'm going to part it again, so that way it'll be super crispy, super straight. Put 1/2 of your heart in the rubber band so it'll be out of your way. Now you want to do a diagonal part from the top of your heart to almost the middle of it. Depending on the size of your heart, it definitely determines how deep or diagonal that part should be, but just go based off of what you feel. You'll see what I'm doing here, so you kind of know what your part should look like. And then the bottom half of that diagonal part, you might want to rubber band that too, or kind of just clip it away or something, so that way you won't be accidentally grabbing it when you're braiding the top half. Once you finish that, you begin braiding the top section of that half upwards. now I'm feeding in a very tiny piece of hair. I believe on each side of the heart I only put in 3 very small pieces of hair.
Bust me down on the kitchen floor, right on that towel. It's my and I want it now. Ow. Tell me how you want it. Put me on my back, on my stomach. Baby, let me blow it like a trumpet. I could do it all. I could probably suck a watermelon through a straw. Believe me, every other day you make new hair. Come take me out this smooth glare. I be waiting on you some long.
Once you braid all the way up around the curve of the heart, you want to turn that piece down and then start braiding the under section, if that makes sense. So braid all the way up and then curve around and then start braiding that under section. Y'all take y'all time on these hearts. It does not have to be perfect your first time attempting it. If you're just practicing, it doesn't have to be. My hearts have gotten so much better from when I started doing them. So just make sure you actually getting the practice in, really. Now we're repeating the same process for the other side. You want to do that diagonal part and then section it out so you can start braiding upwards.
It's a new weirdo every week. Get the work, put it up for my seeds. No care for the IG, just no care. Anything for clout. They do anything for clout. Do anything for clout. They do anything for clout. Do anything for clout. They do anything for clout. Do anything for clout.
Whole lot of people need to hear this. It's a lot of names on my hit list. I'm still saying what he wants to. Still wet like a big. I should run a whole blog at this rate. They using my name for clickbait. Even wanna start fake beef. Just a little weep in the mixtape. They know I'm the bomb, they taking me off. Say anything to get a response. I know that mean they traffic is slow. Somebody just gotta practice along. So being tame, they'd rather be wild. This bandit, they wanna be down. Soon as got something to sell, they say my name, Destiny Child. Everybody wanna be lit, everybody wanna be rich, everybody wanna be this. If us who out hate me, bring my products, all of that talking, I'm calling it out. Calling opinions from private accounts.
So now I'm showing you how I combine the heart. I kind of just take the pieces that I already braided and the ones that I'm currently braiding and then just continue the pattern that I'm already doing, if that makes sense. And then I add them in like one by one. So it'll end up being like 2 pieces in 1 strand, if that makes sense. Because you know each side has 3 different strands. I combine them to where it'll be 2 pieces with 1 strand. I hope I explained that to y'all right, but y'all should be able to kind of see what I did, and then y'all will be able to see it with the other hearts too. So I don't know how I accidentally just lied to y'all and didn't record the other hearts. I could have sworn I did, but if not, if that didn't help y'all what I just showed y'all, just go back and rewatch it, slow down the playback speed, do what you gotta do for y'all to learn how to do these hearts. So I am so sorry. So now I am actually beginning to part the rows for the braids. I did the middle of the 2 higher hearts. I make that into 3 braids, but you'll be able to see what I do.
Spiderweb sex must have got
the triangle parts, guys, which is why I'm parting diagonally. You'll be able to see how I do that, like what the pattern is, as I continue out throughout the room.
I laugh to myself when I change the score. You said my sex was a lot, but my brain gave you more. Something about how your ex was a toy. I guess
I've been all in my phone, I got options. And I don't wanna tell you to drop it, but I don't wanna play your fair. Yeah, something that makes me look at you too often. Oh, baby, you can give it something. Baby, I can run all the time. Baby, I'm talking crazy. I need you right in my space, but I need it, baby, I'm late, but I still can check in with you. I know that I need my friends, but I wouldn't wanna leave, you know, I wouldn't wanna bleed, even my heart, my mind, and my body. Says, my mind, my body, my body says, my mind, my mind, and my heart, my body says, I don't know what it is, I can't tell you what it is, but you got me going crazy. Just to you is so amazing. How long can you go, baby? At last to my body so crazy. Baby, I'm talking crazy. I need you right in my space, but I need it, baby, I'm late, but I still check in with you. I know that I need my friends, but I wouldn't wanna leave, you know, I wouldn't wanna bleed, even my heart, my mind, and my body. My body says, my mind, and my heart, my body says, I know, I know you ain't gotta talk alright. I know you ain't gotta talk alright. Baby, I just wanna talk to you. Talk to you. Know this shit, know this shit, know what it is.
The triangle that I just finished parting out is like the guideline triangle, and then I go on each side and continue parting out the triangles throughout the whole row.
your boy got the full body do-rag out.
What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options. I can pass that like stocking. Just joshing. I'ma spend this holiday locking. My body got rid of them toxins. Sports in the top 10. I can put the ball in the end zone, put a bad bitch in the friend zone. This shit sound like an intro jet song. Give me that tempo. Ooh. Told cool, he a fool with the shit. Told her don't let her friends know. In the building, I move like a dime. Eating fettuccine at Vincenzo's. I like to call it a passion. I can be sitting relaxed. PG, we getting some traction. I'm at the videos packing. I'm digging her accent. I got a baby Simon belt on me, and she tryna get it unfastened. That's my type of distraction. That's my type of she Latin. Got my flow, and I'm about to get a brand new sheets for the bed they slept.
So now y'all, we get into the good part of putting in the actual braids. So once again, I'm going to be showing y'all this from different angles. So if this is not the best one for you to learn from, don't worry, I'll be showing you again. So I just combed it out, making sure that the hair was super sleek. Separate that part into 3 pieces and then begin to braid. So that was my 1-2, which I see me do in the beginning. Add in the piece of hair between my fingers. And then I'm going to 1, and then 2 again. Add in the hair between my fingers. 1, 2. And then this is the last time. Add in the hair. 1, 2, and then just continue to braid all the way down. I've been doing it the exact same way for all of the braids, you guys. The same amount of pieces, all of that. So just keep note of how I put in the hair, what fingers I'm using to add in the hair, all of that type of stuff.
Come on me, leave all of your things, yeah. We can stop at Gucci, stop at Louis V, yeah. Come on me, fly you out to Greece, full speed, so volley Paris, yeah. Come on me, leave all of your things.
So now I'm showing y'all how I create my knots to seal the bottom of the braids. I slowed it down and zoomed in for y'all so I can hope y'all can get it. I pull out a very small piece, you see how thin that piece is, and then I wrap it around and loop it through itself. I will show y'all this again another time in the video, but this is how I do it.
All because of what I did on beats, baby. Light sweet, baby. I ain't stop, baby. You just go get ready, we go out, baby. Long time looking for the process. Andre had to bounce, yeah. Come on me, leave all of your things, yeah. Get stop at Gucci, stop at Louis V, yeah. Come on me, fly you out to Greece, full speed, so volley Paris, yeah. Come on me, leave all of your things, yeah.
So here I go creating the knots again, y'all. That small piece, wrap it around and pull it through itself, and make sure you pull it tight. I don't have a specific amount of times that I do this, just until it kind of feels secure enough that I think it's not going to come down.
Bags full of $100 bills. Walking past your wife and she get chills. All because of how I kept it real. Light sleep, baby, on the G-Way. I'll get you anything you need, baby. Work for everything you see, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, come on me. Leave all of your things.
So now you'll see me adding in the curly hair throughout the braid. I just do it the exact same way between those 2 fingers, and then continue to braid down. And then once I feel like the curl is secure inside the braid, I'll pull it out and I pull it up so it won't be braided in anymore. And I do the same thing with the other half of the hair. So there I am pulling out the other side of the curl and then just continue to braid all the way down.
Never falling, why you making problems? I've been silent, why you making problems? I'm a problem, being rich is not my fault. You decide who you think you should reside with. I've been quiet, hard to miss me when I'm flying. Going out to Keiko, she can stay in my room, she can stay in my room, and it ain't mine. I was trying to play it right. I was trying to treat you nice. Funny how it started.
so at this point I'm done braiding and it's time for me to curl her ends. I take the rod and I wrap it around. And then I seal it at the end like that. And y'all can just find these rods at the hair store. Y'all should be able to find them real easy. I've seen them at literally every hair store. And then I just continue that process. So I'm using a cup to dip her hair because I don't like having my big old kettle that close to them. I don't want no risk of me burning no client. So I pour the water from my kettle into the cup, and then it just makes it easier to dip those rods and dip shorter braids like that. Now this is me taking those down. I just undo the little clip thing and then unroll them, really, that's it.
Conversation is so boring. Heard about when I hate her, I don't agree. I did it first, I give a fuck, I just want fuck. He's asleep, love, happy. Can you make me happy? Can you keep me happy? Can you distract me from all the disaster? Can you touch on me and I'll call me after? Can you hate on me and mask it with laughter? Can you leave me till the act was the password? I need you, man.
Okay guys, so this is the finished look. Please let me know if y'all like it. Let me know if I got close enough to our inspiration TikTok. Let me know what other styles y'all want to see. Just talk to me in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you for watching.
Cause I don't wanna hurt nobody. Did it over text, didn't call me. Still got love for your mommy. I know you wanna be somebody, even if you gotta leave somebody. Yes, I'm hurting, yes, I'm hurting. Most of the things I don't wanna say. I won't be around while you chase. You'll try to come back when you faint. I always wanted you, but it's dangerous.
got something real, not bad. You wanna get with me, stop. Yes, I'm hurting, yes, I'm jaded. Most of these things I don't wanna say. I wanna be around while you chase. You wanna hear me up when you make. You tryna